Any other ideas that you're planning, even the crazy ones? Anything else you thought about doing with the
Yes.
banana?
Yeah, I'm thinking two things. One, tape it to Elon Musk's spacecraft and send it to Mars. That's something I'm thinking about. And then, of course, I want to tape it to the White House. Besides, Donald Trump, he has like a banana taped to the wall. Yeah, I think banana like might be the world's most famous artwork today because I asked, ChatGPT, yesterday, I asked him, name me one like artwork is more famous than banana, be the banana comedian. And the ChatGPT told me, so far there is no artwork, has more traffic than the banana.
Justin, what are you doing? Last time, not long ago, you had dinner, spent millions on a dinner with Warren Buffett. Then we
Yes,
spoke, and everyone is talking about Tron becoming the hub for meme coins.
yes.
And now you bought the world's most expensive banana. You
Yes.
don't stop, man. You don't stop.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes,
well, it's a pleasure to speak to you. So, Justin, what I want to start with is everyone in crypto knows you. I think
yes,
we know what you've built in the ecosystem. Um, but a lot of people outside of crypto just heard about you when you had dinner with Warren Buffett, and now when you bought a $7
yes,
million banana.
yes,
So, just give me an overview, very briefly, for anyone listening, of your journey into crypto, and more importantly, not just about building Tron and what Tron is, but
yes,
your story in 2017 and your journey to build Tron, because it's a pretty
yes,
fascinating journey that you don't talk about a lot anymore.
yes, definitely. So I get into crypto industry in 2012. So at that time, Bitcoin is less than $1, right? So you can even buying Bitcoin from, Taobao at the time. It's a eBay e-commerce platform in China. There's lots of miners in China, mining Bitcoin, and you can buying Bitcoin from them. There is not really an exchange, so you can buy Bitcoin. That's how I get into the industry. And later, of course, Ripple Labs. At the time, their name is OpenCoin. Start a new company called a new token named XRP, right? So I joined, Ripple at that time, back to 2013. And then there's lots of story about XRP. Later the company become like Ripple Labs. All like those stories. And then I started to find my own startup. Doing crypto stuff in 2014. So it's like 10 years ago. Yeah, please.
But doing what? Like, people don't comprehend how it was. I was gonna post a video yesterday. It was of I was Andanopoulos, but he was giving these presentations many years ago. I was like, I don't know if you've seen the video, like five, six people listening to him, and he was talking about Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $100. And people just can't
Yes.
understand how that was Bitcoin before. Now Bitcoin is at almost $100,000. When you built a business in 2014, what services? I got into crypto in 2017, heard about Bitcoin in 2015. What type of business could you build in 2014? What could you do?
Yes, in 2014, at that time we are building two things, right? One of the things, we are creating a platform so people can trade XRP, Bitcoin on our platform. At that time, we don't tell this is like an exchange or something. We say it's a gateway. It's a gateway, right? So from this gateway, you can basically convert like fiat into crypto and also sell like crypto to fiat. That's one business we do.
Which crypto did you have? Bitcoin,
XRP, we
XRP.
Yeah, we just do these two tokens.
Okay,
And
okay,
yes, yes.
okay. And what type of
Bitcoin.
volumes were you looking at back then?
Oh, at that time, at the top peak, we have like $10 million volume per day sometimes. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
it's
back in
yeah,
2014.
yes, back 2014. Yeah.
What was the price of Bitcoin back then?
The price, when we do, it's already actually, pretty expensive. Like at the peak, at the early 2014, the price goes to up to like $1,000
Okay,
at
wow.
the peak. Yeah, but it's
Okay.
dropped down to like $150 like pretty quickly. But at the peak, go up to $1,000 even. Yeah. So in
And
2013, the price increased the most. So at the beginning, later 2012, few dollars, at the end of the year is already like $1,000.
yeah, well, that's crypto
Yeah.
for you. And then you talked
Yes.
about briefly about Mount Gox's collapse. Did you lose
Yes.
anything in that collapse? Did you have any money on Mount Gox?
Small amount of money, few Bitcoin, five, six something, not much, But I did use MTGOX to earn lots of money back then because there's arbitrage opportunity between MTGOX and Bitstamp at that time. So I
Yeah.
arbitrage, between MTGOX and Bitstamp like all the time to earn the first money I have in the crypto space, yeah.
So yeah, I remember arbitrage. No one talks about it anymore because the markets are more efficient. But arbitrage
Yes,
essentially, I remember when I first learned about arbitrage was in 2017 when you could do it in South
yes,
Korea. Uh,
yes,
Sam Bankman-Fried did that a lot
yes, yes,
in South Korea. I think Japan as well. Obviously in China you could do
yes,
it as well. And there's other
yes,
countries that had a lot of restrictions. But
yes,
back then you could do it just it was as easy as doing it just on Bitstamp and Mt. Gox. There was a
yes,
discrepancy in price, and you could just buy on
exactly.
one exchange and sell on another.
Yes, it's 30, 40%, at the
Oh wow,
peak,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
What
yes, yeah.
volumes were you doing in terms of arbitrage back then?
Few million dollars, few million dollars,
Per
yes.
what? Over what period?
Uh, um, I just buy from Bitstamp and sell
But a
on
few. If
MTGOX.
is that a few $1 million a month or total?
A few million dollars a month, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So and what I want to do, Justin, is I really want to understand your journey to how you
Yes.
got here, and then I want
Yes.
to talk about some of the like outlandish things that you have, from the banana to the dinner to what you're doing at Liberland. Um,
Sure. Please.
and I think your journey is going to be interesting because a lot of people are entering crypto now and they don't
Yes.
know the story of crypto. I could talk about mine, but mine starts in 2017, five
Yes.
years after yours. So
Yes.
you did arbitrage between Bitstamp and the Mt. Gox, and that was
Yes.
before Mt. Gox's collapse. And for anyone listening, Mt. Gox was by far the biggest exchange back then, and
Yes.
it's an infamous collapse that collapsed the price of Bitcoin by whatever 95%,
Yes.
whatever it was.
Yes.
So then Mt. Gox collapsed. What was your journey afterwards? What did you do after that?
Yeah, after that, we are continue, doing our own project. So at that time, we are starting to build a new blockchain, right? So in 2014, so we start to build a blockchain, start to talk about, a new blockchain component called smart contract, right? Which today, everybody has smart contract. But back then, it's none of the crypto in the space has smart contract. So we are talking about, building smart contract, and later 2015, Ethereum doing a very successful like ICO, raising a lot of money, right? So that's why, we are, we also invest lots of Ethereum, and then, later, Poloniex comes out, become the most popular exchange in the world. People can start buying like alter coin on Poloniex. There's lots of Ethereum, and then like ERC20, comes out. People start to issue tokens on the platform. So start from that time, we are starting to thinking about building a new smart contract platform, which is way faster and cheaper than Ethereum. You know, that's like our idea in the first place.
You invested in Ethereum's ICO, and for anyone listening, that was what, 30 cents, 20, 30 cents Ethereum price?
Yeah, because we all invest in Bitcoin, right? And the Bitcoin volatility is very big, so we don't even know the price, you know, in fiat, like how much money back then, you know,
You
it's
looked at the price versus you compared the price versus Bitcoin, what the price of Ethereum was relative to Bitcoin.
yeah, at that time, because Ethereum, you know, is altcoin, right? No exchange is willing to list Ethereum, you know. So there is only one exchange you can sell like Ethereum is Poloniex. But the only pair you have is Ethereum slash BTC pair. So you don't have stablecoin pairs. So at that time, so we don't value, you know, Ethereum price, you know, with a dollar price. So
Mm.
only and at that time don't have Tether, right? So people use Bitcoin to buy Ethereum, to sell
Ethereum, yeah.
Ethereum.
So you're essentially invested in pretty much all the early things, all of them
Yes,
done really, really well. I don't know
yes.
what did Ethereum hit in 2017? What
Oh,
price did it hit then?
2017 price goes very high, very, very
200,
high.
June 400, December $800. That was the
Yeah,
peak.
like almost,
Not bad. You bought it during the ICO in 2015. Did you hold
yes.
it in that was 2014. Did you hold it till 2017?
Yes, yes. 15. So 15. But I lose some amount on the DAO, you know, the DAO, you know, that's
The
called
hack.
Ethereum fork. Yes, I lose some money on that. But later, you know, because of the fork, we get money back, you know. But you know, you need to be careful in the crypto space because at that time, Ethereum don't even have wallet. So you know, I need to learn, you know, a little bit how to code, you
How
know.
did you store it? How did you store your crypto back then? Can you share that? Because I know there's like a big taboo in crypto. You
Yeah,
never ask
yes,
anyone how they store it. But how did you store
yes.
your Ethereum back then?
With my computer, you know, it's very hard to use actually because Ethereum, you know, at that time the wallet is called Parity something, you know, it's building Ethereum, you know, clients and
Hmm.
you know, you need to run the full nodes, you know, like every time takes like a few hours to sync the wallet in the first place, you know, like extremely hard to use at that time. So and also you need to take the risk of losing all of your money, you know. And then, you know, at that time I was thinking, you know, I shouldn't keep them in the wallet. Probably I'm gonna lose them all. So I'm thinking like putting on Poloniex exchange. But you know, the Poloniex exchange is look more fishy, you know, than Parity Wallet because you know the web page, you know, is super fishy. So at that time, we don't even have place to hold Ethereum. Actually, to be honest, you know, very hard to do that.
And I know you acquired Poloniex not long ago, like in 2019.
Yes, 2019
Yeah.
something. Yes,
So
yes.
back then, did you invest in Poloniex when they launched?
No, no, no.
You,
Poloniex is launched by the Poloniex founder, you know.
mm.
He is a musician, something, you know, but part-time, you know, doing crypto. Back then, uh, Poloniex is the only exchange, right? You can trade Ethereum. And later, you know, Kraken. So that's why, you know, even today you see, you know, Vitalik, you know, Ethereum Foundation, any Ethereum OGs, they all sell their Ethereum on Kraken. So I think
Yeah.
that's the
So
reason why. Yeah.
So in 2017, so obviously you had your big success investing in Bitcoin, investing in Ethereum,
Yes.
XRP.
Yes.
You invested in what else did you invest in back then that did really well? Did you invest in Litecoin? Do you invest in
Yes, a
Doge?
little bit like one, you know, Doge. Yeah, I have lots of Doge too. But it kind of like surprise to me, right? Elon Musk, you know, eventually, you know, take like Doge as his like meme coin something. But back then, you know, people is thinking, you know, Dogecoin is more like a joke, right? So even in the crypto, you know, space, we use Doge to send to our friends for free, right? Even, you know, today I'm thinking like I probably lose like at least like $50 million just
That's
by
crazy.
tipping other people, you know, because at that time, you know, Doge doesn't even matter the price, I give away like 5 million, like 10 million Doge, to everybody I know, basically at that time. But I mean, those people might not even keep the Doge in the first place, because they think Doge might be a joke, so they don't take it seriously.
Yeah, back then, so it launched in 2013. Back then, the price of Doge when it launched was 0.00026. That's what Doge was back then. And you're saying
Exactly.
you were giving it away as friends because it seemed almost like the Bitcoin pizza. Someone bought a pizza with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was not seen as worthless. What it stood for was worth a lot, but Bitcoin itself was far from being the Bitcoin it is today. But
Yes.
Doge was pretty much seen as worthless, was seen as a joke before meme
Yes.
coins
Yes.
were a thing. It was at what,
Yes.
0.00026. Now it's at 0.42. I don't know how many
Yes.
X's. I can't do the math of how many X's that is.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so I'm actually gonna check if you put $1,000 back then, what it would be worth today. But and I know
Yeah.
that hurts people to even know the stories, but I think people don't understand, Justin. They get
Yeah.
annoyed. Like, to be honest, they get annoyed to see people that were early in crypto that invested in Doge at 0.000 whatever, or invested in
Yes.
Bitcoin at a few dollars or a few $100s, invested in
Yes.
ETH at a few dollars. And you were
Yes.
one of those people, one of those really,
Yes.
really early people. But there's
Yes.
two things that you need to do to make that crazy money. Number one
Yes.
is invest at those cheap prices. You need to have the conviction and understand the value. And number
Yes.
two, you need the ability to hold it. So when your
Yes.
$10,000 became $100,000 or became $10
Yes.
million, you need
Yes.
to have enough conviction to hold it to 100
Yes.
million or $1 billion. So my
Yes.
question to you is, how did you get that conviction? How did you,
Yes.
when you became, you made your first $100 million or $10 million, why didn't
Yes.
you sell? Wasn't that enough
Yes.
money to live a good life? Why did you keep holding to get you to where you are today?
Yes, I think one of the biggest reason is because crypto is my first company I started is doing crypto, and also the first job I have is in crypto. So yeah, I'm very satisfied with like what happened in the crypto. So I never plan to leave in the first place, right? If I saw like all my crypto, like where I gonna go, right? Probably, I gonna go with Elon Musk, to the Mars, but I don't have, next before, I have my next target, right? So I have nothing to do. So I didn't, basically make like sell decision by on the price, crypto. Even, crypto today, Bitcoin goes to $10 million, I wouldn't sell my Bitcoin. One of the reason is because I didn't find out anything, more excited compared to crypto. So if, sometimes if I find out, go to Mars is better than, holding crypto, I might sell like all my crypto to go to Mars, right? But before that, so I never intended to sell because I don't know where I can go. So that I think that's the main reason here.
When did you start selling? So just for anyone
Yeah.
listening, I think your net worth is above $1 billion today. And
Yes.
from what I know about you, you weren't that wealthy before crypto. When
Yes.
did you? So two questions I have. When was the moment where you're like, holy shit, I'm worth millions right now? Did you have that
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I think it's back then 2017. Oh, sorry, 2013. Because 2013, everything, every price goes up. So Bitcoin, XRP, all goes to price skyrockets. And later, 2017, Ethereum price also goes up like very high. I think I made my first like $1 million around 2013 because of the Bitcoin price increase. Um,
How did it
but
feel?
I I didn't feel like anything because at that time I already started my companies. I started to pay, employee salary, rent, and I started thinking about things in the long term. I always told my team, I need to reserve, at least 18 months, burn rate, runway for my company. So, so, so even, $1 million probably a lot to most of the people. But at that time, I already like moved to a stage, I have lots of employees. So even though, not much, at that time it's like 10 people or something, but still I think I need to be prepared for their salary. I only sell like crypto when, the company needs to pay salary, yeah.
Was there, so everyone loves the bull markets, Justin, and then
Yes.
everyone forgets the bear markets and how tough those are. I remember
Yes.
in 2018, we capitulated as a company. It was very difficult. I got scammed too.
Yes. Yes.
Um, was there moments where you were worried whether you'll be able to pay employees, where everything was at risk? Can you tell me some of those moments?
Yeah, there's a lot of moments. It's very dangerous, actually. For example, in 2015 to 2016, these 2 years is very tough. Like Bitcoin price goes to very low, and at that time, our team is trying to develop like a new blockchain, with smart contract. Basically at that time, it's a new version of Ethereum, but nobody even know Ethereum, right? So like, how can like everybody even know like our platform in the first place, right? Um, so this is tough, nobody wants to invest it in that, and the Ethereum itself is not even successful. So I think that's the first like tough 2 years for us. So at that time, we are making, live streaming apps to actually earn money, paying for crypto
Wow.
business. For live streaming business, actually is doing quite well. At that time, we are making $5 million a year. So it's not much, but enough to incubate our crypto business. Back then.
And I remember
So
back then, live streaming was very popular in China. It was blowing up.
yeah, exactly. So I'm doing a live streaming business, and all the profit we made, we all invest into crypto business. But at that time, crypto business doesn't pay off, right? So nobody wants to invest it, and actually, the hard moment is like when, because at that time we have lots of investors back then in our live streaming business, and once those investors no, like I gonna move the company profit to crypto business. Like basically, like everybody wants out, saying like, oh no, we don't want to be associated with crypto, and we don't want companies, profits to be used in the crypto business. So at that time, we have to pay the investor money back, with returns to buy them out. So I think those years is quite tough.
2017 must have been very good for you. So
Yes,
2017 is the first, in my opinion, the first time crypto goes mainstream. And this is when you
yes,
launched
yes.
Tron to
Tron,
where it is
yes,
today. Exactly.
yes,
So tell me
yes,
more about your journey in 2017, because it starts off as a feeling of relief. The difficulties of 2015, 2016 paid off.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
number one. Number two, you
yes,
make a shit ton of money. So now
yes,
you've got fuck you money. And
yes,
then
yes,
you go on to your next thing, and that's building Tron. Can you give me
yes,
just an idea of your journey in 2017? I think this is when the crackdown on crypto started in China and around the world. So I want to know
yes,
your journey, what led you to build Tron. I want to know some of these crazy moments, and also some of
yes,
the difficulties you faced in 2017 and
yes,
2018 during the crash.
yes, of course, sure. So first of all, 2000, and there's two phases, right? I think on the one hand, it's a beautiful, right? Like everybody excited about crypto, right? And we are doing like ICO on Tron, and at that time, Binance started, people always saying, Bitcoin is dying, Bitcoin is gonna go back to zero, because at that time, Chinese exchange dominates most of the volume for Bitcoin, right? It's all CNY pair. So that's why, when people there's a lot of FUD, and at that time, it's also we are forced to, leave China, kind of like leave China, to go overseas for the crypto business, that's, it's also, feel like complicated, right? Because you are kind of like forcing to leave your homeland, to go somewhere else.
When did you leave to Hong Kong?
I leave China in September. Later in 2018, I go back a little bit, But of course, at that time, China regulatory environment is not good for crypto anymore. So
Mm,
so eventually, so that's why I think I will say 2017 is kind of like a grow up moment, right? Grow up moment. So, everyone have a moment to be a grown-ups, right? So for me, I think it's 2017. At that time, we know we cannot like rely on a country, like rely on anything. We need to rely on ourselves. That's
mm.
I would say
Well,
2017 is a grow up moment. Yeah.
yeah. So there's, in 2017, we started seeing the first group of Bitcoin or crypto billionaires. I think you're one of
Yes.
the early ones.
Yes.
Um, I don't know who else started, you could call them a billionaire back in 2017, but that was like the beginning
Yes.
of it. And I also know
Yes.
that that's when I knew about you, when I found out about you
Yes.
and found out about Tron, and you guys have a very successful
Yes.
ICO. But I also
Yes.
knew about the crackdown. China banned ICOs in 2017. I think late 2017 they banned ICOs,
Yes.
and that was a
Yes.
pretty scary time. I think people from
Yes.
Huobi, because you were, I think you were invested in Huobi, and a lot of the
Yeah.
Huobi executives got targeted in China. What
Yes.
happened to them?
Yes.
I haven't followed up. Do you know what happened to them? Do you remember?
Yes, at that time they were like taken by the police, because the police don't understand cryptocurrency as well. And at that time because the industry itself is very small, compared to the mainstream, industry, right? And the regulatory uncertainty is big. So that's why everyone, because of the news is flood like everywhere, right? And there is no license, right? People is scared exchange might run away with people's money. There's no regulatory uncertainty. I will call, this is also some kind of the stress test for the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to survive in those stress tests before we can go big, right? So, right, we always say like go big or go home, right? So I think this is like one of the standards for that is like stress test. You must pass those stress tests.
Okay, so one more question, and then I want to move to where we are in crypto today.
Yeah,
So first, I wanted to know your story. It's a pretty fascinating story to
yeah,
where you are today.
yes,
Second, I want to get your take on the markets today, and for anyone listening, what opportunities you find today, getting your thoughts on the different narratives,
yes,
including meme coins being such an early
yes,
investor in Doge. And
yes,
third, I want to ask you about some of the crazy stuff that you do, some of the crazy shit you've done.
yes,
Just one
yes,
last question on your story, Justin. In 2017, became what they call a centimillionaire. You were worth
yes,
over $100 million. 2018, you hit over
yes,
$1 billion. Can you tell
yes.
me more about those two stages? How did those feel? Were you too deep in the trenches to really enjoy the feeling, or there was a moment where you're like, "Fuck, I made it."
Yes. I think it's actually, uh, besides, have time to enjoy the moment, 2017 and 2018 is actually quite busy, because at that time, there's a lot of stuff, comes in like every day. I don't think I even have time to enjoy like any moment at all. At that time, Tron is the Tron first time, to pass, $10 billion, something, 10 billion, $20 billion, something. Um, and I don't even have time for the celebration because there's too many things we need to do and deliver. So at that time, I would say, even though, for most of the people holding crypto might feel excited, but my time is only like busying on, deliver like all the things, on the plate. That's like my first reaction. And also, of course, later 2018, 2019. the crypto, goes to bearish market again, and right before pandemic, Bitcoin price goes to, like 30-day down 30-day per day, and, Ethereum, the price is even goes down to $80 something,
It was crazy. You're talking about the
yeah,
COVID crash. Went down like
yes,
Bitcoin went down what 30% on that day? Is that what you said?
yes, yeah, yes,
That's
something,
insane. In one day,
yeah,
30%. But for you,
yes,
like it wouldn't have felt. Did that scare you? Because a lot of us might remember the COVID crash.
yes.
Did that ever scare you? You're like, I've been through this so many times now, I'm used to it.
So my first reaction in the COVID reaction, in the COVID crackdown is like, we need to prepare, for a long term, winter, at that time. That's my first reaction. But since I'm thinking I know I gonna be in the crypto space forever, so I think I'm gonna doing fine. But of course, lots of people lose their money in back then. So that's why I think for crypto, there's always crypto winter, right? So you need to always be prepared for it.
So in 2020, you're talking about COVID, you did your first, I'd say, the first crazy Justin Sun move. And
Yes,
that's paying, I think it's like what, 4, 5, I think it's like 4 point something million dollars for a dinner
yes,
with someone that hates crypto, someone that I
yes,
think called crypto rat poison. It's either him or
yes,
Charlie Munger.
yes,
Uh, Number one, why? You're a very smart guy. You're a very strategic guy.
yes.
Why that dinner? What came to mind?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest reason I auctioned the Warren be the auction winner for Warren Buffett lunch is because I think communication is very important, right? At that time, crypto is um in crypto winter, right? So I think we need to always be ready to communicate like crypto technology to the people in the traditional finance, right? Even though that they might not understand it, right? Like Warren Buffett, but I think we need to be ready to explain to them. So that's like the idea in my mind, right? So
So
I would
so it's mainly to explain to Buffett who says, crypto has no value at all, and it called it rat poison famously. Um,
yes,
and you brought some other big industry heavyweights. You brought someone from Binance. You brought someone from Huobi. You brought someone from
yes,
eToro. You brought Charlie from Litecoin. You kind of brought
yes,
a group of big thinkers from crypto to
yes,
that lunch. Can you tell me more about that lunch and what did you like? Anything interesting? Did Buffett like? Because you learned a lot from Buffett's investment thesis, the
yes,
value-based
yeah,
investing,
yes,
and that's
yes,
it's similar to what your
yes,
thesis is.
yes.
Did he was he was his mind changed in any way, or was he just too stubborn?
First of all, I learned lots of philosophy, investments philosophy of Warren Buffett, which I think is precious to me. It's very important. And also same time, I want to share, two things. I think is very interested. The first thing, in that dinner, I recommend Warren Buffett to acquire Tesla. So at that time,
Oh wow.
yeah, because at that time, Elon Musk is short of cash,
Yeah.
yeah, because he made a mistake, right? To smoke like marijuana, in a show, and then the price, go crash a lot. Because I'm a early investor of Tesla back to 2012. So in 2012, I invest into lots of Tesla stock too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Did you
so
sell any of it?
no until 2021 something,
Okay.
but at that time, 2020, when Tesla, before Shanghai factory, really deliver lots of Tesla cars, Tesla actually has a very hard moment. And at that time, Elon Musk is trying to find fundings everywhere.
Mm,
That's why
yeah.
I think Elon Musk go to Warren Buffett and Apple, to discuss with
Yeah, he did. He did. I
if
think Buffett
right.
didn't Buffett give him a loan, or didn't he give him capital in 2018, days away from
Yeah,
bankruptcy? Was
yeah.
2018?
No, I don't think Warren Buffett invests in anything in Tesla and the Apple too. Apple don't invest anything in Tesla too. But at that time, I think Elon Musk is looking to sell Tesla basically to Apple, or Warren Buffett if they have cash to acquire it. Because Tesla at that time, Elon Musk, I think wants to go private, for the company because he don't want to be disruptive, interrupted by, those Wall Street analysts
Mm.
because they always give him, hard time, So he wants the company to go private, right? So that's why I told like Warren Buffett says like you need to acquire, Tesla, and Elon Musk basically will work for you, You have lots of cash, buying Tesla is the best like decision ever because
What did
the
he say?
electron
Why? So you talked to Buffett. Tesla in 2018 was worth 3 point. What was it? 20? No, sorry, 2020 was worth 75 billion. You
yes,
invested at
yes,
3 billion. It's 25
yes,
billion now. It's over $1 trillion. So obviously,
yes,
it would have been a good investment for Warren. Why didn't
yes.
Buffett invest? What was his explanation to you?
Yes, his explanation is he said like vehicle industry, automobile industry is very competitive markets. He told me, he won't take the risk because EV is even more competitive. So he don't believe, Elon Musk will be the winner at that time, about electronic cars. So I think that's the main reason, he
He just
won't
didn't
take.
believe. He didn't believe in Elon's ability to build Tesla.
Yes, yes.
What
And
about Elon? Did he tell you why about Elon? Because obviously you believed in him. You put in money so early. Is there anything
yes.
specific he said he didn't believe in Elon?
Yes, I think one of the reason is he don't think, Elon is very stable. I think Warren Buffett like those people is like very, stable, look like people, get up like 7 a.m., and work, until 6 p.m. and then go home, never go to media, never go to anything, just be there and work, and Elon Musk, is keep like tweeting, right? Keep, keep have new ideas. I don't think like Warren Buffett like this kind of the person. So that's why, Warren Buffett decided, not to, invest into Elon Musk company. Yeah.
Fascinating. So
Yeah.
essentially, and that's the issue is that he smoked weed 2 years before that, causing the price of Tesla to drop 6%. He was
Exactly.
already he was already a troll on Twitter back then. So
Yes, yes.
so that turned off people like Warren Buffett. It's fascinating, similar to Trump's story. Trump became president despite everything that was thrown at him. I feel Elon became the richest man in the world,
Yes.
despite him being Elon, saying the things that he
Yes.
says, doing the things that
Yeah.
he does.
Yes.
And people in crypto achieved a lot of success despite crackdown in China, crackdown in the US, crackdown in other
Yes.
countries.
Yes.
Something that I always think is, where would crypto be if the world didn't crack down on it? Where would Elon be if he didn't smoke weed on the Rogan show? And where would
Y-
Trump be if he wasn't targeted the way he was?
Yes. Yes.
Um, okay, so you spent $4 million on that dinner with Warren, on that lunch with Warren,
Yes.
and you brought in some
Yes.
leaders. I'm guessing Warren's
Yes.
mind was not changed about crypto. He was stubborn about it, correct?
Yes. Yes. I think Warren is still stubborn about it. Yes.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him since that lunch?
Yes, we speak sometimes, I share like all the things, exciting things happened in crypto. I think actually, later on, he's open to some of the crypto idea, because some of the company he invested in, right? Like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, those companies is start to do like blockchain pilots as well, right? you know, even though, you know, JP Morgan don't really deliver anything.
Remember the debate between closed and open blockchains? Do you remember that?
Yes.
What happened to JP Morgan blockchain?
Yeah,
Let me see what's.
there's a lot of, you know, blockchain. I don't know if you remember a company called R3 at the time, you know.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
I
they
remember
have
R3. I know them
like
very well.
yeah, Citibank, you know, JP Morgan, you know, Wells Fargo, like everybody gonna do a blockchain, but eventually they just couldn't do it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's R3 today? Are they still around? I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Are
I
they
don't
still
know.
around?
I haven't heard their news for I don't know, like 10 years now. Like
Yes, I'm just
forever. It's
checking
like
now.
forever. Yeah.
Oh, they're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but I know R3 very well.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to dig into crypto today. So we've got on your journey. We're up to the lunch with Warren Buffett in 2020. And
Yes.
then we had a bull market then. That was the last cycle. And then we have
Yes.
this cycle. The last
Yes.
cycle was the NFT cycle. I know you invested a lot in NFTs, didn't you?
Yes. I invest lots of NFT, like everything, you know, crypto arts, you know, like everything.
Crypto arts, I think, is doing so. I know NFT PFPs dropped a lot in value, but
Yes.
NFT art, it's still doing okay right now, no?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think
Oh.
NFT is still yeah, doing okay, but still the price I think is not like bad anymore, you
Mm.
know. But I think crypto arts is still getting evolved, right? You know, it's like the banana I buy, right? So I think right now crypto arts is going to something else. It's different from like what we have in 2021. I don't think most of the crypto arts will have the same valuation today, right? But I think the crypto art as a category will survive and evolve in the future. That's
But
my
that
my
links to the
idea.
banana, but that links to the banana you bought. So a lot of people see
Yes.
Justin throwing money and buying the banana, and they look at the banana as like this is the art that you bought. Um,
Yes.
can you tell me more about the story of the banana? Because the banana, it's not the banana that you bought; it's what it stands for. It's the I think the artist talked about the banana redefining value or how we perceive value. So the definition of value is what the banana stood for. Can you tell me
Yeah.
more about what thought process you went through when you saw the banana, you're like, I want to buy that
Yes.
banana, and what was the
Yes.
strategic thinking that led you there?
Yes. I think the banana is similar to Bitcoin and the blockchain, you know, crypto, because banana is decentralized, right? Because usually, you know, when you buy traditional art, you need to have a physical piece, right? But the banana actually is a conceptual art, right? So it's fully decentralized. I think similar kind of the feelings when I first see Bitcoin, you know, because you know if you own Bitcoin, you know, if you can bring the Bitcoin and sending Bitcoin anywhere from the world and pass the customs, you don't need to pay the tax, you know, because you know if you bring gold, you know, cross borders, you may need to pay tax, you know, you need to toll the customs, you have gold, right? But if you're doing digital golds with Bitcoin, you don't need to do anything. Um, banana is the same thing. So before, you know, I buy in Picasso, you know, Andy Warhol, you know, and Giacometti, you know, you all needs to go through the customs, you know, if you move it's inside, you need to pay tax or anything. But banana, you just authorize some people to put tapes on the banana. That's fine, you know. You know, the banana is like a digital arts, you know, it's something always survive on the internet. So that's like, you know, when it feels
I,
like banana is the same thing to Bitcoin.
I think okay, so that's interesting. Forbes explained it the following. They said the worth lies in the story, the idea, the absurdity, and not the object. Because the banana you ate is not the
Yes.
banana that was on the wall. So essentially, you own the certificate to the story, and any banana could fit that story. So the banana essentially represents the story, that the value, you can buy any other banana, put it on that board, and based on that certificate, that represents what you bought. And if you eat it, that represents the banana that you bought.
Exactly. I become the god of banana, you know. Any banana in the world, as long as I put this on the wall, it's become the king of bananas, you know. Because you know the banana put on the wall will be worth like millions of dollars. But if it's on the table, you know, without the tape, it's 30 cents, you know.
So essentially, you gain the right to be able to make any banana worth $1 million or $7 million
Exactly.
because the artist gave you that right. It's essentially the sale of a digital right, kind of representing an NFT in a way.
Exactly. Yes.
Do you
Yes.
have
Kind of.
again? You're a smart guy, as I've said earlier. So every decision you make comes with a lot of thinking.
Yes.
So the banana purchase, it represents a certain way of perceiving value, which is
Yes.
similar to crypto, the ability
Yes.
to move it from one place to another without physically moving the object. So if you redefine the
Yes.
value, that's the concept of ownership. You own the
Exactly.
certificate. It's like owning a digital identity. So
Yes.
now that you own it, what are you going to do with it? I'm sure there's plans of launching it. I don't think you'll launch an NFT collection because obviously there's not much liquidity there. You've
Yes.
brought a lot of liquidity to Tron through meme coins, and meme coins have dominated
Yes.
this cycle. Have you spoken
Yes.
to your team about maybe creating a banana meme coin?
Yeah, you know, like
I knew it.
yeah, right. We can't you know, opt out this option, right? But I'm still haven't decided on what to do with the banana. But of course, we will have more exhibition, you know, everywhere. You know, we will start with Hong Kong. You know, it's my goal to Dubai, you know, Beijing, you know, New York, like everywhere. You know, yeah. But doing a meme coin seems to be a good idea too.
It does because you've owned the identity. Everyone is
Yes.
talking about it. Meme coin
Yes.
is all about a story. That's what it
Yes.
stands for.
Yes.
Obviously, the Tron ecosystem got a lot of traction early on with
Yes.
meme coins.
Yes.
You had a few big
Yes.
ones there,
Yes.
and it kind of slowed down on that front. So I think
Yes.
if I'm in your shoes and kind of speaking freely, saying like, "Hey,
Yes.
Justin, one way of doing it, if it was NFTs, that would be one thing you could do."
Yes.
But
Yes.
actually launching a meme coin based on the banana and what remember meme coins stand around a narrative, stand around a
Yes.
story.
Yes.
So doing a meme coin based on the banana could be really interesting. But I want
Yeah.
to focus just on the banana. So you
Yeah.
said you're doing banana exhibitions. Can you tell me more about
Yes.
those?
Yes. So right now we are talking with K11, you know, to deliver it on the Hong Kong.
What is the exhibition for? Like, what do you have to show people? Is it more an exhibition where the banana stands for something? So the banana, you built a brand around it. The exhibition is around the brand of what the banana stands for.
Yes, the banana has lots of traffic today, you know, even for the Sotheby's pre-exhibition, you know, even though like other artworks might sell like more expensive than the banana, but actually the banana has the, I think 80%, 90% of the traffic of the people is go to the museum just to see the banana, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yes, yeah.
crazy.
Yes, yes. So we are going to do it in the Hong Kong, you know, Hong Kong K11, K11 Museum. You know, it's a good place with like 100K people comes in like every day. So it's gonna be a big event. So we're gonna do in the every, you know, main museum in the world, you know, for the banana.
Okay, so you think essentially you'll add the banana in the museum because you've got the rights to it. But if someone says to you, can't the museum just get a piece of cardboard, put the banana on, put another banana on it and tape it? What's the difference? What do you answer them?
Um, you can't do that for besides my authorization. You know, if you are doing like publicly, you know, if you are doing like privately, right? Who knows, right? That's fine. But if you want to do it like publicly, you need to have my authorization.
But do they need your, what do you mean authorization? Do they need your authorization to put any banana on a cardboard, white cardboard and tape it?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yes,
Bec-
yeah.
So right now, if a museum goes, gets a cardboard, puts a banana and tapes it and says, this is another banana, do they have, by the way, the interesting thing about this argument is like crypto. You know, when people say, oh, Bitcoin, I can make
Yes,
another Bitcoin. Remember that argument?
yes,
Or
yes, yes. I
this
know.
this
Yes,
token, I can make it same. That's what's
uh,
interesting. So if
yes.
someone wants to do another cardboard, would you just say to them, either it's you've got the rights, so you can sue them for copyright. But even if they brand it differently, say, hey, this is just a copy. I've got the original banana. Is that the argument that you have? I've got the original one, the rights to the original story.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Like someone can do that and I can sue him. We can see like what happened in the court.
We'll see. I'm sure someone will try it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see. That'll get you even more in the news. There's also the
Yes, yeah.
peer. So you've also gotten attention because right now, Justin, I swear, I don't know how you come up with your ideas. Your team must be going crazy. But there's
Yeah,
also the battle of attention. So everyone's
yes,
trying to get attention, and the stuff that you do grabs attention. Everyone's talking about the banana. So you've
yeah,
gotten a lot of free PR as well, and you could do with
yes.
that PR whatever you want.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think banana like might be the world's most famous artwork today. Because I asked, ChatGPT, yesterday, I asked him, name me one like artwork is more famous than banana, be the banana comedian. And the ChatGPT told me, so far there is no artwork, has more traffic than the banana, comedian banana. And I told him, you must name three. You must name three. So ChatGPT told me it's Mona Lisa, The Last Supper, and also the stars, starry stars, like Van Gogh, Van Gogh, Yeah, that's the only, three hours,
Yes,
ChatGPT
I can
told
see
me.
it. Yeah,
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 exactly. That's exactly the others. Yeah, and
yes,
I'm just going through them now.
yeah,
Um, and they're worth a lot. Like I'm just trying to see how much are they worth. How much are they worth? So if
yes,
that's a, I'm just going to check now how much, and then we can compare your ROI. So while we're doing that, let me see. Okay,
yeah,
I'll do it now. Let me see how much they're worth. Okay, so I'm just using ChatGPT as we're speaking. So
yeah,
Mona Lisa is worth 870 million. The
yeah,
Starry Night is worth 100 million. The Last Supper is priceless, so it doesn't have a
yes,
price. And then there's a few others that are compared to the banana or said most
yes,
valuable. The Birth
yes,
of Venus, priceless. American
yeah,
Gothic, 60 million. The
yes,
Creation of Adam, priceless. David
yes,
by Michelangelo, priceless. The
yeah,
Persistence of Memory, 150 million. And Girl with Pearl Earrings is priceless. Guernica
yes.
is priceless. So essentially, everything that is compared to the banana, the cheapest is 70 million. Everything else is above 100 million or priceless. So that
Yes,
banana somehow has got. So the reason that banana is worth a lot, and some people are listening to us thinking, how the fuck did a banana get a value of above 50 million? The way
yes,
that that's worth is that the attention that it has and the story it stands for. And now
yes,
you're in a position where you own that attention, you own the
yes,
rights to that attention, you own
yes,
the rights to that story, which is
yes,
redefining of how value or redefining of how value is perceived. And
yes,
now you're in a position to make the most out of it. One way we've
yes,
discussed is what one way you're already doing is just putting it
yes,
in museums and getting traffic to it.
yes,
Another one is getting free PR, many
yes,
interviews that you've done. A third one is one way in crypto, what they do in communities is they create a whole meme coin around them. And that a
yes,
meme coin, you got meme coins worth billions of dollars, including
yes,
Doge that you famously
yes,
invested in.
yes,
Um, any other ideas that you're planning, even the crazy ones? Anything else you thought about doing with the
yes.
banana?
Yeah, I'm thinking two things. One, tape it to Elon Musk's spacecraft and send it to Mars. That's something I'm thinking about. And then, of course, I want to tape it to the White House. Besides, Donald Trump, he has like a banana taped to the wall.
Okay, so how do we? That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
but you have to get a financial incentive as well. We know Elon loves meme coins. So if you
Yes.
actually get a meme coin, a banana meme coin, and
Yeah.
then that meme coin is all based on a story, the
Yeah.
story of the perception of value, and then
Yes.
you get that banana to space, then you've essentially monetized that. Because how do you get an ROI? So you've increased your attention that you can monetize through traffic, and then you monetize it through a meme coin, or you can monetize it through. It's just a whole brand now. It's like you can create a whole community around that banana that you bought for $7 million and famously ate. So there's a lot of
Yes.
things you could do with that attention, including the
Yes.
monetization of it.
Yes.
And then the pinnacle would be, I think, sending it to space is plausible. Getting it on the White House, I don't know how we could do that.
Yeah, I think that I say these two things for some reason. First of all, even before I buy the banana, SpaceX team have this kind of banana for scale, right? So, scale banana, on the SpaceX spaceship, and they also put banana on the shoes of the astronaut. And that's the first thing. And then the second thing is the same artist, doing Catalan comedian. He is doing like 18K golden toilet. He also gifted it to Donald Trump. So Donald Trump can put the toilet in the White House.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, so I
Yes.
put you're already on. Look at this, Jesse, you gotta like this. So I put the Chat GPT
Yeah.
because you mentioned SpaceX and banana. So I wrote on Chat GPT,
Yes.
SpaceX banana. What's this about? And
Yeah.
then Chat GPT says SpaceX conducted the sixth test flight of the Starship spacecraft, incorporating a playful element by including a banana-themed payload and exterior decal. So they have a
Yes.
zero gravity indicator in the shape of a banana because it's Elon. And then they
Yes.
also have a banana sticker on the exterior of Starship, which you probably knew about as part of your
Exactly.
strategy. You're gonna
Yes.
be happy now. Listen, it gets better.
Yes. Yeah.
Cultural context. The banana theme coincided with recent art world events, notably the sale of the comedian Banana, which was purchased by crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun. SpaceX's incorporation of the banana motif reflects a blend of technological ambition and cultural commentary, engaging the public's imagination during a significant test flight. So they've kind of
Exactly.
Sun, because Justin Sun later ate the banana, emphasizing the artwork's conceptual nature. So essentially, they've linked your banana purchase and you eating the banana. There's you on People Magazine, right there. There's you on People Magazine. So they've linked you to the whole
Yes.
SpaceX story.
Exactly.
While Sotheby's auction, Sotheby's was a buyer in a post. Okay, Sotheby's
Yes.
never said you bought it, and you said, "I'm thrilled to
Yeah.
announce that I bought the banana at SpaceX at Sotheby's. I am." What did you say?
Yes.
I am Justin Sun, and I'm excited to share that I've successfully acquired the comedian banana for
Yes.
6 point whatever million dollars. And then you say,
Yes.
this is not just an artwork, it represents a cultural phenomenon that bridges the world of art, memes, so you already said memes, and the cryptocurrency
Yes.
community. I believe
Yes.
this piece will inspire more thought and discussion in the future and become part of history. I am honored to be proud owner of the banana. I look forward to it sparking further inspiration and impact for art and 5 million impressions, man, for art
Yes.
enthusiasts around the world. Additionally, in the coming
Yes.
days, I'll personally eat the banana as part of this unique artistic experience, honoring its place in both art and history and popular culture. Stay tuned.
Yes.
And you've
Yes.
added the images of the banana and the Sotheby's auction as well on the post. And you
Yes.
tagged SpaceX. Let me like that.
Yes. Yes.
So essentially, you've already hinted about your ambitions of getting that banana to space. So what we've
Yes.
got to do now is find a way to get it to space.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's talk to SpaceX.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
you spoken to SpaceX about this yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, our
Yeah.
mission is to get banana to space and to give the reason to this mission.
Yes.
What we're going to say is that the banana is redefining value. That's
Yes.
the pinnacle moment of what it stands for.
Yes.
Well, Justin, I'm gonna see you in Dubai in a few weeks' time. I know you gave me a lot of extra time than we had. I'm gonna see you in
Yeah.
Dubai in a few weeks' time, in a couple of
Yes.
weeks at the event, the Bitcoin conference. We'll sit down.
Yeah, sure.
And today we talked about your story of how you made your
Yeah.
billion and how you
Yes.
got here, why the
Yes.
fuck you bought a banana. The next
Yes.
discussion will be about your plans in the markets today. But it's been a
Okay.
good chat, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon, Justin. Thanks, bro.
Talk soon. Bye. Yeah. Bye-bye.